All right, Tim, talk to us a little bit about, I know on the Educate.Today website that you also offer something called point-to-point programs. Tell us a little bit about what that is and what the benefits of that program is.
Point-to-point programs give students and teachers the chance to schedule when they want the opportunity to interact with an expert, a first-person resource on a specific topic. So this harkens back to our origin, so to speak, when we were doing those programs with all those first-person experts across the curriculum. If you go to the website, you'll see that there's a number of different point-to-point options in different areas of the curriculum. But you get to pick the time, you get to pick the day, and you get to interact with the person that brings the curriculum to life to your students in different ways. And they all fit within a class period. So they're all 30 to 45-minute experiences. So if you're dealing in a public school or private school environment, then you can use them that way. If you're working with it in a homeschool environment, you're invited to use them too. The materials give you an idea about what the program's going to be about, gives you some curriculum materials, but they cover a wide range of people. For example, we have a wonderful point-to-point program that is done with Abbott Emergency Medical Services, and they take you, the EMS technicians and professionals take you into the back of the ambulance slide. They show you the equipment that they use when they go out on a call. It's science, technology, engineering, math, medicine, all those things coming to life in that way. We've got interactive experiences with authors. We've got interactive experiences with folks who are television program hosts and newspaper reporters and TV reporters. We've got programs with entrepreneurs so you can find out about business. Our point-to-point programs give you and your students a chance to interact live with individuals who are, again, doing the work in the real world that your students are studying in class. So first person, real world, expert driven. That's what Educate.Today is all about. Whether it's our streaming video library, our download video library, or our point-to-point on-demand programs, it's real world, it's expert driven, it's first person resources that enable your kids to see life from that particular perspective.
Yeah, so these point-to-point programs sound um, very similar to what a lot of folks are calling virtual field trips. It's really been difficult for students and teachers and schools and even homeschool families to get out to field trips. We're coming out of a pandemic. Financially, it's difficult. Buses are difficult to get to certain places. And so it sounds to me like instead of the students and the teacher having to get out and go through all of that to go to these places, these folks are coming to them in their classroom at a time that the teacher and the students have said it's convenient for their schedule. Does that sound about right?
That's exactly right. And it's just so much more difficult to get a field trip out of the building these days, or to get a whole bunch of kids together to go all those kinds of places you wanted to go and need to go, would really like to go. And so it's exactly what those are. Virtual field trips where you're going to interact with these experts, but the time is yours. You get to pick when it occurs. You work that out with the expert. We schedule it for you. And then it happens, whether it's Zoom software or the Google Meet software or Microsoft Teams software, or if anybody's still using H323 video conferencing, all of those kinds of things, we'll figure out the best way to make that connection happen. But they're real exciting opportunities for your kids to hear directly from individuals. What are the questions they want to ask? Respond in real time about what it's like to be a photographer, or to be a journalist, or to be those ambulance technicians, who are helping save people's lives, saving people's lives every day. Just really exciting stuff for kids to be able to interact with. Real world, first person, expert driven. We think they're marvelous. And of course, there's a whole wide variety of them available to you on the website when you go to Educate.Today, and more will be coming all the time.
Yeah. And you mentioned something that I want to hit on because I think this is important that you said students can ask questions. So, is there a time before the scheduled appearance or the scheduled point-to-point program where the kids can submit questions, where they can do a little bit of pre-work before their time with the expert starts? Because, as a former teacher, I'm thinking, okay, well, we get our time slot. Let's say we're going to have the EMS people come on at 10 o'clock. Well, gosh, I might have questions for them. I might want to know specific things before they start talking to my students. So is that a possibility for teachers and students to submit those things prior to scheduling a show?
Actually, we prefer that. We think that's really beneficial, not just for the students that are involved, but also for the experts as well, because it means the experts can now really fine tune their approach to you. And that's what it's all about. They'll know who you are and where you're coming from and whatever information about you and your students that you choose to give us. So we need to know if it's a fifth grade classroom and if it's their first entrance into the world of what's going to be ambulance services or whatever the case would be. Or are they kids coming to it from the perspective of they want to understand the science and the medicine more? Or is it more for elementary students who are interested in finding out just what it is that that career is about? There's a number of ways it could go. So we request any questions you want to send us in advance. And then kids can ask those questions live and additional questions, obviously, that come into their mind spontaneously while the program goes on. And then our experts can make sure that they deal with those questions as part of what they're going to talk about because you sent them to us in advance. So we think that's really important. That preparation is absolutely great.
Yeah, it sounds like just like a wonderful opportunity for kids to learn. Once again, real world, expert driven, the folks doing the work, living the experience and really coming to them and creating that fire and that passion within these kids about things that they may not have even realized. So it sounds amazing, Tim.
Well, they're really exciting. And again, fun to do, fun to watch. And if you're a member of the website, then you'll be able to receive a copy of your interaction with students that you actually did. So it's not just that live experience. We can send you a recorded copy then. So you've got it for kids who are absent that day, or you want to refer to it again later. You've got that video in your collection to use.